Dave, when you see Yasiel hit a couple home runs like that, obviously the matchup plays into it, but does a game like this make you think he could bat higher in the order than he has to this point?
JP, each game is separate. He's having good at-bats, and that's what we're expecting out of him. So I'm not going to play the game of every single time he has a good game, we move him up. He has a bad game, we move him down. That's not how it works. So I like the way the lineup is constructed, and we're trying to win baseball games. So it's not about one player where he hits in the order.
Regardless of where he hits, Dave, when he's having those kinds of at-bats, longer term.
Longer term, it makes more sense. But right now, this is where, yeah. But there's a lot of things that play into who's in front of him, who's behind him, the matchups, and we think through all these things.
Skipper, can you talk about how he has matured since last year when he went down, and it seems like he's a little bit more mature, even though they're still early in the season?
Yeah, you know what? From when I've seen Yasiel in years past to now, he's really grown up, and I think and we're asking him to continue to try to grow as a baseball player, as a man, and all of our guys, and so he's really come a long way, and it's a credit to him.
Brandon hit 90. First ball he started since Clayton opening day, and he hit 95 with the fastball in the sixth inning. So is that a good sign? Is he going to make his velocities increasing as the games go on?
Yes. Brandon, when he's right there, he's pitching 93 to 95, using all quadrants, using his entire mix, and he's a very intelligent guy, has a lot of weapons, and he can execute a game plan. And the stuff is really playing, and I think that that's what we talked about, throughout the spring. Is the results might not have been there, but the ball out of hand was really good, and the execution might not have been as crisp. But as we've gotten closer to spring into this day, he's honed all of his pitches, and he was on point today. So it was good, and even the homer that Myers hit, it was a good pitch down in the zone, but Myers put a good swing on it.
Considering what he went through last August, Dave, how encouraging is it to see him really pound the strike zone, especially those first 4 innings?
It's a credit to his confidence, I think. With Mac, when he's pounding the strike zone with different pitches and working hitters front to back, the pace of play is good. The defense is involved. He's getting early at bat contact and early at bats, early swings, and you look through his outing, he was very efficient up until that last inning. He was very efficient. So, we could have pushed him in that to go 7, but I think that right there, and then plus obviously that big inning, I think that we ended, where we needed to today for Mac.
With the RCL, do the walks almost tell you more about where he's at right now with his I guess, plate discipline and kind of how he started towards it?
The at-bat quality when he's swinging at strikes and taking balls, yeah. And, when Yasiel is focused and he's like that, he's very dangerous. And, again, regardless of where you put him in the order, when he's in the batter's box and he's like that, he's a very dangerous hitter.
Well, when he first came up, I think you were coaching with the Padres, and he was kind of this instant sensation. And people got all gaga and started talking about all the great things he might be able to do. And then things didn't always go that way. Now that he's showing little early flashes of that, does that temper where you look at him and what he might be able to evolve into?
I think the thing with Yasiel is early on in his career, the league didn't know how to approach him. And he was hitting a lot of balls out over, and, the league was learning him. And I think that over the last couple of years, you see that the league's adjusted, and he's had to make those adjustments as well. And I think that right now, he's being disciplined with his approach and continuing to work through mechanics. But I think it's even more credit now where he started off this series well, in the sense that, they're pitching him tough, but he's, again, swinging at strikes and taking balls. And, we look forward, for him to sustain this.
Doc, did you call that double steal? If not, how did that play this out?
Yeah, we where we're at right there, I just felt that with the pitcher hitter, and 2 outs, I just wanted to take a chance and steal and run right there. And it wasn't executed perfectly, but it still worked, and I think that it was a big run.
What are your thoughts about Betancourt and the Padres experiment to use him as a pitcher?
He's got a good arm. He's got a good arm, and I know that obviously his natural position is behind the plate, but he can also play the outfield. So he gives Andy over there some versatility, and but when he's on the mound, he's got a good arm. So he's still got to get guys out, but he gives their roster some more flexibility, and I think they're carrying 4 catchers, and that's the way they constructed it. But to have the ability to hit, to catch, to play the outfield, I think for them it works.
Chuck's an emotional player. How do you get him to sort of kind of corral those emotions so there are more situations like that?
Yeah, you know what? He's emotional, and we love that about him, and he cares. But that's a game you just can't get thrown out of.
Going back to that double steal, Kike Hernandez had a great World Baseball Classic with that really energetic Puerto Rican team. How great is it to have that kind of weapon, sometimes off the bench and sometimes in the starting?
It's great. Kike's very valuable to our club. We can put him pretty much anywhere on the field, and he can run. He's athletic. He can defend. When he's right, he gives you a great at bat when he steps in the box, and he's healthy. Last year he wasn't healthy, so he's healthy again. So yeah, it's early, but you're going to see him in a lot of different roles for us.